having problems with Meniere's disease. So kind of a constant background dizziness, fullness in my bad ear that was variable, but it was always at least a minimum amount of fullness. So it's not something that ever went away. It just got worse sometimes. Tinnitus, a ringing of the ears, well, at least in that ear. Unpredictably, I would get spinning vertigo attacks that were very vicious. So, while the dizziness was unpleasant and made it hard for me to focus and concentrate, the spinning vertigo, basically it was game over, for at least the rest of the day. It'd be accompanied by vomiting, sweating, chills, that kind of stuff. It's pretty awful when that happened, and I could never predict when it would happen, so there was always this worry, okay, when is it going to happen? It's going to happen right in the middle of work. I got maybe a 10 to 15 minute warning, and it's something that I had to learn to recognize the symptoms. It just made it difficult to do things because you just never knew when that was going to. A whole host of medications, because it's such a sort of disruptive disease, they kind of throw everything at it. I had tried a lot of different things, and I was getting a lot of help from the upper cervical adjustments and improving my eating habits, but I still had a lot of improvement, I think, that I could have gotten. So I read a lot about the fasting and consulted with you on it, obviously, and so decided to do a fast, and so I assumed that not eating, that things would go haywire. So I honestly was afraid of that a little bit, but I also knew that there was a chance that I could actually improve a lot. So that's what I said, I have to try this because anything's better than having Meniere symptoms. So I ended up doing a 10-day fast, and it's about a month, I think.
About a month. And how many of these vertigo attacks have you had?
I've had none. I've had no vertigo attacks since, which is great.
And how many of these medications are you taking?
Taking none of them. I'm off all the medications, and I'm having less problems than before when I was taking the medication. So it's the proverbial 4-point game. I sort of won, and the bad guy lost. It was very difficult for me to fall asleep. Self-professed night owl. So I go to sleep late, wake up late, not always very refreshed. And it's very unusual. Now I'm kind of a morning person. Now I sort of go to bed pretty early, between 9 and 10, wake up without an alarm clock between 5:30 and 6:30, and I wake up with a lot of energy. So one thing is, I think, not having all those symptoms, which were really tiring me out, those are gone. But also, I think all the medications, particularly the Ativan, that would make you tired. And so my fast was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't, it wasn't a cakewalk, it wasn't fun, but it wasn't nearly as difficult as I thought it would be. Particularly, with the advantages I got from that, how much better I feel. I almost feel like it was a little bit of a steal. I thought somehow I should have to pay worse. So the fast went extremely well. The supervision, you did a fantastic job. I'm incredibly grateful. The personal attention I got, your availability, which made it a lot more comfortable for me because it was a little bit nervous. I'd never done this before, and so knowing I could call you at any time and things like that made me rest a lot easier. It's something I absolutely would recommend to anyone because it just seems so effective, and it's just really counterintuitive that doing less could accomplish more. That's something that I think a lot of people might have trouble wrapping their head around, but it's true. So I would say in a couple of weeks, it would have been 7 years, having, Meniere's disease that pretty strongly impacted my life in a negative way. And, just by sheer stubbornness, I just sort of bowled through it. But I was working on, half the number of cylinders, and, I'm a little bit concerned whether I'd be able to carry on my job, my normal life and stuff like that. And, at one point I was just, okay, just let me make it through today. And now, I've been having no problems since the fast, and I've been as strong as I have been in 7 years, or probably more than that, to be honest. And so at some point I didn't think that was possible, ever. It wouldn't be possible ever again. I'm so much more stronger. I'm mentally more clear, and you know, I'm back to exercising and things like that I haven't really been able to do. You know, the outcome was so much more positive than I could have ever hoped for. You know, when I was in the dark doldrums of Meniere's disease, that you know, I just really think people should get a little bit out of their comfort zone and try some of these things, because you know, if you have half the result I've had, your life is going to be much improved.